Hello, Thunder Buddies. We're going to be on here in just a minute, so hang in there with us, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Hey, Mark.
Hey Dave, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It looks like we're able to hear each other, so that looks good. We got Dave on with us. Hey, Dave, how are you doing, buddy? Mike Bynum. And we have Tammy Tatum. Yeah, she says she is ornery as ever.
I believe it.
Yeah, I do too. Well, we got some things to talk about. Looks like this is our, of course, Sunday evening update. This is Sunday, right? Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mark, what's our first order of business here?
Well, let's just talk about what's going on today around the area. It's been a beautiful Sunday. Nice clear skies, cool temperatures. They had forecast a high near 70, and most people got up in the upper 60s, near 70. Our temperatures now have dropped back into the mid 60s, and we're going to have a nice cool night with lows in the low 40s again in the region. And that looks like that's going to be what's going to be going on. But we're going to slowly, as we go through the week, build our temperatures up, and then we're looking at some good things and bad things on the horizon for around Halloween on Thursday.
Okay. Looks like Shay Watts has joined us. Hey, Shay. And Tammy Tatum says echo. I don't know if we've got an echo or not. Nikki Winters
I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it either. Nikki Winters says, hello, friends. She's watching over on the Weather and Wisdom Facebook page, and so is Ida Gant. She says, hello from Morton's Gap. I'm glad some of you guys are on with us, and we are getting a little more concerned about a couple of things. One is the potential for severe weather as it comes in on Halloween in our area. And you're going to see, this will probably be in the news as it comes in the West, a few from out, whenever you start seeing it out in the western parts of on the other side of the Mississippi River and points westward.
Over in Missouri and Kansas and over in that vicinity first. And that will probably be about Wednesday when they start seeing it.
Mark, they say they're getting an echo from your end. Evidently, they're not getting it from me, but they're saying it's from your end. I got another one that's saying it. Hi, Jordan.
I don't know.
Mary Vorvis is on. She says, hello, David, Mark. Yeah, if you've watched the winter weather outlook that I put on, I did say that there was a possibility of severe weather prior to Halloween, and this is it. It's a few days later than I expected, but it is still there. Let's hope it doesn't get as bad as it appears it could be. I'm a little bit concerned about it. Not overly so at this point. After all, it is still just a possibility, and we're going to keep an eye on it for you. Then we got some trouble in the tropics as well. That's something that we're going to be a little concerned about too. Again, nothing yet to be real concerned about, but we've been telling you guys about these things that are starting to change. Our pattern's fixing to change, and it's going to get volatile for a little while, especially as we start going on into November. It looks like we'll have another storm. If we don't get this severe one, there's another one that looks similar to it. What?
Around the 6th.
Around the 6th. Let's see, is that election day? No, that's the 4th is election day.
The day after election day.
The 5th is election day.
Yes.
Well, let's hope we get all that in. I tell you, that's important, but we've got a lot of stuff weather-wise that's going to be coming at us. And, I talked to you about that. Again, I hate to keep pointing it out to you, but the winter weather outlook is about as good as I've done in many years. It's been so far close. I don't know, how accurate would you say it's been, Mark?
It's been just about spot on. Maybe a day or two off here and there, but that's about it. And when you're that far out, a day or two off is right in the strike zone. So,
yeah. So let's hope this doesn't get too bad. We're going to watch it, and nobody will be happier than me if we miss the severe weather. But that's what we're here for. We got to try to protect everybody. We got good technology. We got a radar. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. So I hope if we get severe weather, you'll tune in here. If we're going to be here Halloween, we'll be here until the threat is over with. So,
now the good thing about all that, most everything in weather comes in as a double-edged sword.
Correct.
There's good and bad that come with it. The bad part is we might get some severe weather, but the good part is we're going to get some rain.
Absolutely. We need some rain in the worst kind of way. We're not desperate, but we are pretty dry right now. And so if we don't get some rain soon, we'll start having to worry about wildfires and things of that sort. Excuse me.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, before that front gets in here, we are going to see our winds pick up from the southwest and increase quite a bit. We're going to probably be getting gusts up in the 20 to 25 mile per hour range for the 2 or 3 days ahead of that. And our temperatures are going to rise up probably to maybe the low 80s or so, something around that. But then, Wednesday night begins our chances. The low Wednesday night's only supposed to be around 65 with this warmer air coming in right ahead of the front.
Right.
But then Thursday, better chance of showers and thunderstorms. The high will only be 77. The southwest winds will gust up to around 23. And then they'll switch around to the northwest as we get into Thursday night with a low around 49.
We don't know exactly what time that front will be in, so it will depend on what time it gets in as to how cold it's going to be for any trick-or-treaters that are trick-or-treating.
And how wet.
Yeah, and how wet. That's right. We sure need some rain, so I hope it's really rainy, but, I don't want to spoil the kids' happiness and everything, but maybe they can get the trunk-or-treating in before that.
Fortunately, it's on a Thursday night. Most of the Halloween events have been happening this weekend.
Good.
So the trunk or treats and a lot of the stuff that different people put on have been then. Now the downtown trick or treating here in Hopkinsville and in places like that, I think is actually Thursday, but we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. So don't cancel any plans yet. Just go prepared and be prepared for some wet weather, regardless of whether we get severe weather or not. More than likely, we're going to get some rain, and that's something we are all welcoming. Looks like, hey, Jordan says, hello, good sir. Jackie Mathis has joined us. She's on, says, hello, David, Mark, and Thunder Buddies. Sandy Christian says, hey, David, Mark, and Thunder Buddies. And Nikki Winters says, well, shucks, no snow on Halloween like when I was a kid in the 90s. I do remember that. I do remember. We had 2 Halloweens in a row. We had actually, it wasn't a heavy snow, but we had an inch or 2 on the ground. And then there was another Halloween around that time that it had snow coming down, but nothing stuck. But that was interesting. And but I tell you the truth, Nikki, this winter you're going to get more than your fair share of snow. All of you will, trust me. And I'm going to try to put together my snow cream recipe booklet I've been threatening to put together for everybody. So I'll see. I'm trying to look at it, see how much I need to add to it or take away or whatever. Susan Ferrier. Okay, I'm sorry, Susan. I'm going to mispronounce your name again. but please forgive me for that. But she says, hey, David. She's watching us over on the Facebook page at David Powell Weather and Wisdom. Teresa
right.
Fritz, she says hello and thank you for keeping us informed, as well as Bonnie Lamb. She says hello, David Mark.
Yeah.
And Nikki Winter says, I am A-OK with that. I love snow. Hey, Nikki, you're not the only one. There's something about the snow that brings the kid out in all of us, and I really do enjoy seeing it. Something peaceful about watching it come down. And not only that, but it makes your yard looks as good as the next guy's yard. So,
Yeah, they all look white.
yeah, they all look white. So it'll be a nice time. We'll see. Hopefully we'll share some stuff with you if we're out there. And anyway,
Yeah. We're kind of setting into a pattern now, though, as we start into November, that we're going to see these cold fronts coming through probably on a more regular basis and a more increased frequency. So
Right.
every time they come through, we could see a chance of severe weather, but more importantly, we're going to be getting precip and it's going to be getting colder and colder.
Absolutely. And you're going to see the cold start coming in this month. And again, keep an eye on that winter outlook that I gave you, because it is pretty well right on. So if you want to know, I'm pretty well sticking by everything I've said so far. Deputy Marcellus Hoover has joined us. She says, hey, David Mark. Cousin Renda Slaughter says, hey, cuz, and hey, Renda, hope you'll say hello to everyone. Say hello to my good friend Patsy. I haven't seen or talked to her in years, but anyway. Chelsea Reese says, hello, our friends, and hi, Chelsea. I hope you're doing well. Nikki Winter says, my grandparents always told me that snow was the feathers coming down from angels' wings as they fluff their wings. That's really nice, Nikki. I like that. That's a good idea. That is a very nice thing to think about. Sandra Solomon says, hey, David, Susan, I wish I could pronounce her name correctly. Susan Ferrier. All right, Mark.
Is it Ferrier?
Ferrier, maybe. She said that's her twin. That's very nice. I didn't know that. I'll have to look out and see if they actually look alike. She didn't say identical twin, though. Chelsea Reese says, Eli's watching us. So, hey, Eli, good to see you, buddy. And
Hey, bye.
yeah, Eli's joining us. He's our 3-year-old fan that watches us every time we come on, and he sure enjoys it. Hi, Eli. I hope you're doing really good, buddy. Be sure and behave, but I hope you get lots of candy for your mom. I know what it's like whenever he eats candy, though. Man, it's like Superboy bouncing off the walls, man. But anyway, Tammy,
Yeah, I have 3 grandkids, and they all act the same way when they get a little too much candy.
I tell you, they do. Let's see. Tammy Tatum says, hush, David, a.k.a. Jacuzzi. Okay, Tammy, I'll get you one of these days. Chelsea Reese says, sorry, missed you Saturday. And Michael Bailey says, hey, David, I'm here. Hey, Michael, good to see you, buddy. And Tammy Tatum is laughing at us all. So anyway, Chelsea says she can't catch a break over there. I guess she's had some sickness in her household and everything. And I'm a little bit familiar.
It's definitely starting to become the time of year for it.
Absolutely. So, hey, did you get your flu shot yet?
I got it day before yesterday, and my arm's still sore. I got that and a pneumonia shot this year.
Well, I've had my pneumonia shot. You only have, I think once you get it, you don't have to get it but once every 10 years. It's a double shot. You have to get one year, and then you have to get the second one the next year, and then you're good for 10 years, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But and then I got my flu shot, so I don't have to have my pneumonia shot for probably 9 more years. But I did get my flu shot as I get every year. I didn't go with. They've got a plus that they give to folks. I'm not sure. The
The flu shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be for people who are 65 and older.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't had any problems with the one that I take, so I kept on there. And Chelsea Reese says, we can't catch a break over here, and we have it one after another. Well, Chelsea, I know life is like that sometimes. So we're going to be praying for you and hope everything goes well and everybody gets healthy soon. Okay, so let's look at a few things while we're here.
All right.
And let me find what I'm looking for before I take it over. Let's see here. Why am I having trouble? Give me just a second, senor. Okay. I guess, what do you want to look at first? You want to look at the models or what?
Yeah, we can take a quick look at the models. The GFS is doing its 18Z update. It's out to 216 hours, so we
Oh,
can
I
take a look at
see.
it.
Yeah, they seem to always be doing an update whenever we get ready to go on. But anyway, this is our current model, the way it looks right now, and this is what they use to make forecasts. One of the many models they use, and
Hmm.
but it seems to
Look
be
at the
the
snow up in the northeast
oh,
there.
and look at the northwest as well. You
Yeah.
know, for everybody that's wondering, the Lucian low is still there, and yes, that's going to play a big
Yeah.
part in our weather, even going into wintertime. Um, but this is 7 p.m. October 28th. That's what it looks like. And you can see it's still plenty warm. But look at these isobars start tightening up. That means wind. That is a good sign that there's going to be some wind coming. So, and that's probably a southerly wind. And that's going to be what helps sets us up for the potential for severe weather, and certainly some severe weather out west. And look at the cold air back here.
Hmm.
Man, you got mountain snows breaking out, and we've got a low right here just to the northeast of the Four Corners area. That's another place that you kind of watch for storms. And then we go. This is on the 30th, the day before Halloween. And
Hmm.
you can already see the rain and stuff breaking out to our west. Still there. It may be a little bit more intense than what this is actually showing. I've seen some model that shows this pretty intense, Mark.
Yeah, it may be more intense as it goes along. If you continue at an hour or
There we
two.
go. Yeah, I see
There
what
we
you.
go. There's
Yeah.
there's picking it up. Yep.
So you can see severe weather starting to break out back in Missouri, heavy storms, and it's still holding together as it approaches the Mississippi and Ohio rivers for parts of western Kentucky. Um, and here we go. It looks like it's going to get in here. There's western
Yeah.
Kentucky now getting
And what is the date and time on that?
that was October 31st. Let me back it up one frame. This is at 1 p.m. on Halloween.
Right.
1 p.m.
So the afternoon and evening of Halloween. Here
Yep.
it comes.
And then it looks like at 7 p.m. This is what it looks like. It looks like it's diminished some. I wouldn't count on that just yet. Let's see what happens. Let's hope it does
Yeah.
not. But still, it looks like there's enough stuff for severe weather there. Uh, and
Yeah.
let's go on.
There's one thing about severe weather in this time of year when you got strong fronts, especially. You don't really have to have a huge warm up of temperature
Right,
or a huge temperature difference to bring
right.
about severe weather because there's so
Absolutely.
much wind energy.
That's right. Gerald Madden says, "Hey, Thunder Buddies, I hope all is well. We're ready for some snow, not storms." And Gerald, I'm telling
Well,
you,
me too, but we have
be
to take what we get.
be patient. I'm telling you guys, you don't know what you're asking for because it's coming. Hey, Deborah Sales on here. Deborah, I missed you Saturday. In fact, I started to call you, but I completely slipped my mind. I got busy with some other things, but I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. Uh, okay. Says a friend just called her and told her we were on, so I got you guys. We found out, I think, where the problem was with the notifications. It's a different setting in there, but next time I see you, I'll look at your phone and show you. Linda McElrath says, "Hello, everyone. Good to see you, Linda, and all you guys that's on here." And Chelsea Reese asks, "Why does it feel like on Halloween we'll get rain or super cold?" And you know, she's actually pretty right on that.
Yeah, it does seem to happen that way,
That's
doesn't
right.
it?
So we're going to move this model on forward a little bit. This is now November 1st, so it looks like the rain will be coming to an end in our area, but that's around 1 a.m. So it looks like by midnight or so, the rain ought to be over with in our area on Halloween night. And then we keep moving forward. The cold air has kind of been deflected. It doesn't show much in the way of cold air there just yet.
Yeah, but there's another shot waiting in the wings.
Absolutely. Look back here. Look at that dip. And let's see how far this will go. This is November the 2nd,
Yeah.
the
We're
3rd.
just beginning to see that tropical system that could form down to the corner there.
Yep,
But that's real iffy as to whether it'll be or not.
right. Tammy says that didn't work for her. We're going to have to, I don't know why she's having those problems. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. She must have an issue with her phone or something. We just can't seem to get her notified. Anyway, Gerald Madden says, I'm asking for all the snow, and I agree with you, Gerald. I'd rather have the snow than severe weather, but I sure do want
Me
to see
too.
us get some rain. We need the rain bad. So let's move on forward. This is 6 p.m. on November 3rd, and here we go again. By the
Yeah, that's
4th,
a big area of rain right
yeah,
there.
that one right there looks a little stronger than the one coming in Halloween. So
Hmm.
this one right here may be one we'll have to really watch. And here it comes. It's moving into Missouri. Pretty good squall line there. Um, this is at 6 p.m. on the 4th, and on the 5th, uh, which is Election Day. Look at this. It's got a big squall line back there in Missouri, cutting through it, moving in our direction. This is at midnight, and here's at 6 a.m. on November 5th. So far, it looks like our election day here will be dry, but it will be windy. Look at the isobars. They're close together again. That's another thing you watch for. And then this one, like here, has some cold air behind it, it looks like. And we're going to have to follow it through. This is on the 5th at midnight, or no, 12 noon. And you know what? That's the end of that model run because they haven't updated the rest of them yet. But you get an idea, and you can see the cold is coming. And it
Yep.
does look like at some point, if I remember right, I saw other indications that that cold was going to get in here about that time.
About around November 11th, I think is what you were looking at on your outlook.
Yeah, that's when I said we might see some wet snow that may be just, and I'm not saying it's going to stick, but wet snow. So we'll see. Hey, Sierra,
Hmm.
Taylor's on with it. Hey, Sierra, I got your message about your number, so I'll get it changed in our roster. But I'm glad to see you, girl. Hope you're doing well and feeling well. And you're going to have to come see the studio. It is something to see. Uh, Anyway, let's keep going here. I'm going to let's look at the tropics a little bit. We were talking about that a little earlier. And
Yeah.
here is the thing that you were, oh, good grief, let me get my fingers want to go real fast. Move fast, got to do that. But anyway, here's the graphic. It's a 40% chance of cyclone formation in 7 days. So you want to talk about it a little, Mark?
Well, we have been saying for a long time, for probably a couple of weeks now, we're watching this particular area because there's still lots of warm water available. There's low wind shear down there right now. We've just been waiting for something to develop. And finally, something does look like it's going to start to develop. Then, after it develops, they don't really know what they're going to do with it yet. The GFS wants to take it up across the island of Hispaniola, which is where Haiti and the Dominican Republic are, and across Cuba, and then wallow it around out in the Atlantic a little bit, and
Right.
then take the remnants of it back into the Gulf of Mexico.
Yep.
But there's another model that wants to take it off to the northeast, another model that takes it straight over into the Gulf of Mexico. So, again,
Yeah.
it's still too far out to get any kind of definitive answer. We just are pretty sure that something is going to deform right there. And probably looking pretty good that it may make at least hurricane status.
Yeah. So this is something we got to watch. That right there, Lord knows we've had enough troubles along the coast, and the folks have been suffering big time with it. We want to make sure that everybody gets well informed on this, well in advance. I don't think at this point there's nothing too much to worry about. What I saw, if a hurricane does form, it looks to be a minimum hurricane, right, Mark?
Right, it's just a category one so far. But you have
Yeah,
to remember that there was only one model that picked up how fast Oscar
correct.
developed
Yeah.
and took off.
So Mike Bynum says, "So David, how are you and Mark? It's been 3 weeks since I've talked to you guys. Where you been, Mike? You shouldn't have been away so long. We kind of missed our Thunder buddy there. So anyway, we hope you'll get to come by and see us here one of these days while we're here." Deborah Sales says, "My aunt is in Miami, and Connie Chancellor has joined us. She says, 'Hello, David, Mark.'" And
Yeah.
so anyway,
And Mike, we're doing well.
yes, we are, and it is good to see you. You know, that's where the term Thunder Buddies came from. Actually, Gerald Madden's wife, Jessica, she comes on here as Mermaid Cake. She's the one that coined that first phrase of Thunder Buddies because we're all on
Hmm.
here. We've all been on here together. We kind of know each other, and it's like, we're buddies. So, but we're here when the weather's going on, so that's why they call us Thunder Buddies. So anyway, and I will tell you, hey, I've got my official Thunder Buddies koozie. Oops. All right. I said it right. So there, Tammy. I can say it right sometimes. And you can find that in our online store. I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little while. Let's go ahead and look at, let's see, the next thing. I want to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center and see what they're saying about, let's see here. There's nothing right now. Let me move over to which version am I on here? This is day 1.
Go up to the top there, top right corner to go to the following day.
That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, sir. And again, nothing much. We'll go to the 3-day outlook. Here we go. This is where the weather's starting to form. You got a marginal risk of severe weather out here from Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Kansas.
Of course, Kansas.
Yeah, I had to think for a minute. Wait a minute, what state is that? But yeah, it is Kansas. Mike says he's been doing a lot of babysitting, and I'm glad you guys are doing well. I'm glad to be a Thunder Buddy, and you certainly are. Welcome into the realm of the Thunder Buddy Brotherhood. Connie Kessler says, what kind of temps are we going to be having this week, Mark? You want to answer that for?
Again, we're going to be rising up into the low 80s ahead of this front. But then as the front comes through, we're going to drop back down into the upper 70s and even the upper 60s on Friday. Again, with the overnight lows dropping back down into the 40s. Our overnight lows are going to start off in the low 40s right now for tonight, and then just gradually increase. And then Wednesday night, right ahead of the front, we'll have a low of only around 65. Yeah.
The latest go ahead.
Yeah, and I see what you're looking at there is the day 4.
Yeah, this is where you're starting to see the indications of the severe weather getting ready to form up here. But again, this is not this is way out, so they don't really get too specific on this until they get going. Let's see. Tammy Tatum says you're echoing bad, Mark. You got any idea what's going up there?
I don't have any idea at all. My sound looks fine on the soundboard.
Mermaid Cake says, hey there, Thunder Buddies. That's Jessica, the one I was telling you
Is
guys
anyone
about.
is anyone else hearing me echo? Is the question.
Yeah, Mike, can you tell us, do you hear an echo from Mark? Jessica says she's putting up her Christmas tree. She always gets to decorating so early. I don't know why she does that, but Gerald, he's probably enjoying it, though. I'm sure she has the place smelling like cinnamon and everything. Mike says, yeah, Mark, you're echoing bad. So I don't see anything on here that would cause it. You might want to mute your mic.
Did that change it? Did that change it any?
Okay, anybody else hear an echo now? Is it still there?
Am I still echoing?
Gerald says Jessica's working him like a dog. Oh, me.
Is anyone else still echoing? Okay, so that wasn't it.
Okay. Back off, see if you can reach Shane or maybe Oliver.
Hang on one
Okay,
second.
you go on and work on that. I'm going to look at the color fall foliage, if that's all right with you guys. Here is the fall foliage. You guys may have noticed that the colors out there have really picked up in the last few days, and I absolutely love it. They are something else. I'm going to try to see if I can get this map moved over just a little. I don't know if I can. Here we go. Just a tad more. I'm losing just a little bit off the back tip, but this way everybody can see it. Okay, so we're near peak, or at peak color up here in the far northeast around Ashland. And we got some pretty high color here in eastern Kentucky as you get over around Somerset. And then getting over towards Campbellsville, they got some good color, but all of us are starting to get moderate color. And it is really, really, really nice. And well, Tammy, we got the door closed, so that's not from us. I mean, not from me anyway. He's echoing from something else. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but he's working on it down there. You see the look Look up there. Look at his brain working. See that? See those little cogs working in his mind there? But anyway, he'll get it fixed here in a minute. So anyway, we're just getting some good color here. And as we go through the next few days, I'm going to move this forward. This is on the 29th. And here is November 1st. Bowling Green is in moderate color. No, I take that back. They're in the high color. And we're still in the moderate color. And then by the time we get over into November 5th, Election Day, we're in the high color. In fact, Bowling Green will be in peak color at that time. And you can see the peak color is all out through here. Most of Kentucky at this time will be very colorful. And the only problem is that by Halloween, if the wind gets up too much, that will tend to run run the leaves off the trees a little faster. So hopefully it won't be too bad. But this thing has really been pretty accurate. Are you still there, Mark? Everything good? Okay, I don't hear you at all now. So he is still working on it. He has gone from audio to no audio. Let's see here. Mark, your echo isn't too bad. It's just like you're being picked up on two mics. Do you have another mic up there open? And I have no audio from you at all now. So plug one in and unplug the other then. Mermaid Cakes, Jessica says, we had our Halloween party last night. After that, we go full Christmas mode. Gerald isn't wrong. He's going in the attic and basement and on the roof before too long. Gerald, I'm so sorry, buddy. I hope you get it all done before the storms come in. You got until, really, until Halloween. Okay, how are we doing, Mark? And no audio. Oh, still nothing. I think I can see your needle move in here, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to our radar. And I swear I'm fixing to start sneezing or coughing or something. So give me just a second. Always keep a good bottle of water handy. Still nothing from you, Mark. I don't hear you at all. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to have to get my glasses on. I can't see everybody on here exactly. And it comes from looking at these computer monitors too long. Let's see. Now, yeah, so Mike Bynum says, Mark, you went from echoing to no audio now, so undo what you did, and then maybe once you get your echo back, we can clear it off. I'm going to go ahead now and go back to, let's see, I did go back to radar, so I've got to go back to my other screen here so I can control it. I'm going to take you guys a little tour. Let's look over here at our favorite place, which is at Erwin, Tennessee, in the mountains. Pinnacle Tower. Oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? They've got some color there now. That's over in eastern Tennessee, and Erwin was one of those cities that was hit hard by the flooding, and so they've got the interstate back open. You'll be able to see some vehicles moving on it, 'cause at least they were moving the other night. There's just not a lot of traffic there right now, but it's a beautiful area. This is from a lookout tower where they watch for forest fires. There you got a tractor trailer moving along it. Anyway, so we know that the interstate is open, and everybody seems to have power back, which is a good thing. I'm so glad to hear that. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. It is also 56 degrees there, so it's a little nippy. So I just thought you guys would like to see that. Those guys, that's one of my favorite cameras to look at. There was another one Mark found. I think it was up in Vermont or someplace. I wish he could tell me because he's still being muted. But I bet if I go up here somewhere I can find it. I'm going to look. Hang on. I couldn't hear you, Mark. Yeah, Chris Mitchum's on. He says, good evening, Thunder Buddies. Working trunk or treat at the church at New Work Fellowship. So they've got trunk or treat going on. I am just not seeing that camera. And it was so nice. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful camera. Well, I guess I'm going to give up. I lost Mark altogether now. Let me go back over here and see if I can get him back up. Maybe that's part of the problem. Can you hear me, Mark?
I hear you just fine. Can you
All
hear
right.
me?
Yes, you're back. Where's that camera that we were looking at the other day?
Oh, you're talking about Mount Washington?
Yeah, where's? Oh, that's back in Washington.
No, it's in Vermont.
Oh, Vermont.
But you have to look. But it's not on. Radar Omega. You have to look it up
Okay.
separately.
Well, anyway, it was a nice thought. I'm not going to go to all that trouble right at the moment. We'll do that sometime we got more time. But we can look at some of the cameras around the area. This is up in Ohio, and that one is up. Ooh, pretty sunset.
Beautiful sunset.
Hamilton County, 50 degrees there, so it's kind of chilly. Let's go back to some of our cameras over here in Missouri. Let's try this one. Puxico, Missouri. I can't see it.
Puxico, Missouri. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Very nice, 63 degrees. Let's go on back here. Let's look at our friends at UT Martin. Oops, wrong one. All right, Dave, come on. Make your fingers grab the right one.
You may have to zoom in a little more. There you go.
Okay, UT Martin. There we go. Now, again, they've got some color too. There's pretty reds and a little bit over here, yellows, and
Yeah, we're starting to see some nice colors in our neighborhoods around here too.
We are.
The reds are showing up a little early, and the goldens are just starting to show up. So.
you know what I want to do? I want to look over here at, well, let's try the elevator camera, see if it's up. And yes, it's the southwestern Hopkinsville, looking to the southwest, and here is some nice colors here. The camera just updated, and that is really nice. This is the Kroger Shopping Center. I need to see what the gas prices are there. I need to get some. I can't do that on here. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice, nice, beautiful evening out there in the fall. Love this kind of weather. Let's try another one. Let's look over at. Let's try. Well, of course, we know the traffic cam over at WKDZ's up, and we sure do like them letting us use this because it is pretty nice.
Just some haziness and clouds way down on the horizon.
Right. So beautiful evening. Traffic's flowing. This is from the WKDZ studios, and we're thankful to them for letting us use that. Let's look at downtown Katie's, and again, nice, beautiful evening underway. Love that shot. Those people down there. That's a beautiful little town. I hope you guys get a chance to visit sometime. Mike Bynum says, about ready to send out a posse to find Mark. Deborah Sells says, is Pretty Place, South Carolina open yet? I'm not sure I know what she's talking about there. Do you, Mark?
I'm not sure where she's talking about.
I do want to look at this camera. Daggone, I forgot to call Mike, tell him to get those spider webs off the camera. But still a nice evening. This is on Kentucky Lake over at Lakeside Campground Marina. 65 degrees there. Absolutely beautiful. Man, that's a good place to fish, too. I tell you what. Have you done any fishing yet, Mark?
Oh, not this fall.
Well,
I haven't been able to had a chance to get out.
I'm going to tell you, if you don't, you better do it soon because the weather's fixing to get nasty. But I've got something here. It's in our online store. I'm going to give a plug to one of my sponsors. If you want to do some good fishing, this is what you need. If you want to give yourself an edge in catching fish, you have to try Kentucky Hemp Works Fish Attractant. It is so easy to use, even a child can do it. A drop or two on your bait will yield amazing results.
I got him.
Make your fishing trip memorable. Catch lots of fish with Kentucky Hemp Works Fishing Attractant. Look for it in our online store at dpww.shop. Supplies are going fast, so place your order today. And I tell you what, Mark, that stuff works. It does work.
Yeah, it
I've heard
does.
other fishermen talk about it. They said, "Hey, don't sell it to anybody we're in a tournament with." That little girl, Katie Moyer's daughter is so precious. I mean, that was so nice. She was excited about catching that catfish, and
Yes, indeed.
it's a good time.
I don't think the catfish was quite that excited.
No, I heard in that video. She says, "Are you okay, buddy?" But anyway, I don't know. She may have turned it back loose. I'm sure she did. But anyway, so that's one of the things you can find in an online store. Speaking of which, let's talk about our sponsors real quick while we're at it, and let's talk about Michael Vance Contracting and Roofing. If you need
Yeah.
a roof, that's the place to go to have some roof repair done. Call Michael Vance at 270-707-ROOF because I'm telling you, he's been in the business for a good while, 20 years of experience. You can trust it, and whatever he tells you is the gospel truth. So give Mike a call if you have any issue. And you already saw the camera over at Lakeside Campground Marina. I'm going to have another spot on there that's going to show you the campground. It's really a beautiful place. You and I have been there. It is some kind of pretty.
Yeah.
So there's the website. Visit lakesidecampground.com. Don't want to forget our good friend, of course, Katie Moyer at Kentucky Hemp Works. So be sure and visit the store and take a look at that. Store still isn't quite organized yet. We're working on it, but it's not quite ready yet. And our latest is Mid-South storm shelters. And you know what? You're going to probably wish you had one of them if this weather gets too bad as it comes in. I don't think it's going to be that bad yet. We'll keep an eye on it for you, but here we go. What would you do when severe storms with tornadoes threaten you and your family? If you have planned properly, you will have a storm shelter nearby that is strong, safe, and will save your family's life. Mid-South storm shelters provide just that. They blend well with the landscape and are proven lifesavers. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South storm shelter. Call today at 270-725-6020. And of course, these products are available. Well, the storm shelters aren't in there yet, but they're going to get that in there maybe as early as this week, where we have that on our online store, and you can see them and get some pricing and know what to do. Those guys know what they're doing. So our online store here is at dpww.shop. You can sit there on the screen. Don't let my tongue twisting mess it up. And you have a QR code. You can scan that with your phone, and that will hopefully take you right to it. And let's see here. Deborah Sales says that look up Pretty Place, South Carolina. It's a YMCA open-air chapel overlooking the mountains. It is breathtaking. So we'll try to do that, Deborah. If they have a camera on there, we'll try to take it probably next time we come back on.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, it's a nice place.
Which will probably be Wednesday. We'll go ahead and do an update Wednesday, and then we'll let you know for sure if we're going to be on Thursday with severe weather coverage, if it looks like we're going to get severe weather in the area.
Yeah, I hope you guys will hang in there with us on that, and be sure and keep a close eye on our notifications. I know Tammy's still having trouble getting notified, but we found some settings that changed in her phone. It didn't seem to make any difference to her, but maybe it did on some of the others. But anyway, Mark, what else we got?
Well, we've talked about that. We've talked a little bit about the fall colors, but I think you've got a fall color map there. You can show everyone of how the colors are progressing.
Well, I did that while you were off the air, while you were busy working on the microphone. So we done looked at that. And let's see here. Check out one or two other things. Yeah. Whoa, I don't know what happened to you there. Gosh. You just the whole screen disappeared for a second. We went back to the computer home face thing on it. So anyway, but well, she said that that place was in South Carolina, I think, didn't she?
Yeah. Yes, she did. Pretty Place, South Carolina.
Okay, let's see here. I don't see any new cameras there, but it might be
right. It may not be a Cyclone Port camera that they can show on
I know.
Radar
Spit it
Omega.
out. Spit it out. I know what you're saying.
Hmm.
I want to look down here in Florida. They used to have some cameras down in here, but I think that they've all been pretty well knocked out. I even saw
Yeah,
one at Key West at one point, but I don't think they've got any cameras in Florida at all now. Um, they did have a few. I just don't
yeah.
see any. I'm looking a
They
lot.
did have someone on the coast that one of the storm chasers put up in advance of the hurricanes coming through, but he's since collected all those, so they're not up and transmitting right now either.
Let's see if that's just a. Here we go. Jackson County. This is in Mississippi on the coast. Um,
Pascagoula.
Pascagoula, yeah. So now again, another nice evening. It's 77 degrees, so it's a little warmer there than our area. We'll just take a little bit of tour around before we leave. See if there's anything we want to tell anybody. Let's look at Lafayette, down here, Lafayette, Indiana, or New Iberia. I'm not sure which one that is. Cajun Broussard, Louisiana.
Yeah.
A little foggy on the camera lens, a little condensation, but it's still a nice evening. Uh,
Hmm.
let's see. I'm going to move further west.
Yeah. Our camera by Abilene was back up.
Okay.
It
This
was
is
looking out over the windmills, the electricity generation windmills.
this is Texas City in Texas. Nice evening, 77 degrees, which seems to be that was just outside of Galveston. So, and is this the one you're talking about, Colleen?
Now, Colleen's been there for quite a while. It's that overlooks a park that's
Oh,
right
is that a
there.
park? Is that what that is? Because
Uh huh.
you see a lot of people walking in there. I thought maybe it was a college campus or something. Um, 88 degrees, pretty warm there.
Yeah.
But that's the way Texas is. They're kind of
Yeah.
warm at times. Here's
You go
one.
on up.
There's
I was going to
Abilene.
say, yeah, near Abilene.
Oh wow, that's a pretty shot. That's a
Yeah.
nice shot.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're kind of out in the country from Abilene there. I don't
yeah,
know exactly what that is, but
it's windy. Look at the. Well, let's get back up here. Look at the wind blowing here.
uh-huh.
Those poles are moving.
Shaking
And
the camera around
yes,
a
it
bit.
is. It is. But that's a pretty nice shot. I'm impressed. 83 degrees, so
Yeah.
it's not overly hot. Sustained winds at 15 now. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's some
There's
of
one more camera in Texas up by Amarillo.
the, and it'll be Amarillo by morning. What was that? Oh, look at the wind farm,
Uh-huh.
and that shows also the wind. There's an anemometer with a wind vane. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. 82 degrees. Okay, where else do we want to go? Anybody else?
Yeah. Do you want to go up to our favorite lookout spot up at Spirit Lake in Iowa?
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see here. I got to figure out where I'm at here. Here we go. Should be right about there. Yeah, they're starting to take it apart, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They've taken all the little ramps for the watercraft, the jet skis up already.
Right. Looks like they're getting ready to dismantle the marina over here. And soon all of
Hmm.
this will be gone and it will be just a picture of a lake. And then as
Hmm.
wintertime comes in, you're going to see it frozen over. And we were watching people ice fishing on there not too awfully long back. But yeah, it's a pretty camera sometime in the wintertime. Even though
Yeah.
it's nothing, it's completely different now. Let's see. Deborah Sales says Cleveland, South Carolina is where that is located. And then Mary Vorber says, I wish they had one near Black Hills or Bear Lodge. Probably not. Let me see.
Yeah. The farther away from Tennessee you go, the fewer the cameras are. And lately, there hasn't even been one over at our favorite spot over at Mount Shasta. Their
Yeah,
camera's been down for a while now.
I don't see anything up here in this area. And I'm like her. I'd like to see that. I don't know what these brown spots are. Okay, that's radar shots. Okay, that makes sense. And what is this? Do we have something that's Astoria? No, that's just a buoy that's not transmitting. We we could look at this buoy here right off the coast of, I guess,
Yeah, they
Oregon.
should still be daylight over there. So
Yeah, they got some stormy conditions out there in the ocean. I guess system getting ready to come ashore.
hmm
Winds gusting up to 25 and 26. Air temperature is 57 degrees. It's quite chilly. Sea surface temperature is 57 degrees. Some cold water too. As we go further
the
south,
waters are always colder off the west coast there.
Right.
There's a cold current that comes down from the Gulf of Alaska.
this is right off the coast of California here. Again, just don't see anything out of the ordinary. Anyway, that's pretty well a quick look at everything I've got out there. I don't think we need to go through all the rest of it. So, anyway, it's been nice talking to you guys. I just wanted to say hello to you. I'm glad we're on together. Do you want to give a quick summation? Oh, wait a minute. Mike Bynum says, oh, my 21-year-old son got married yesterday. That's another reason I've missed you guys over the last 3 weeks. Mike, you don't know
Well,
us.
congratulations.
Yeah, we congratulate you. You don't owe us an explanation. We're glad to see you when you're on here. You certainly are a good friend, and we do miss you when you're not on. Tammy Tatum is already getting rid of us. She says, bye. She's
Well.
being kind of abrupt, isn't she? I guess we bored her, but anyway.
Okay, quick synopsis of what's coming up. We're going to have nice weather, a few more clouds as the week goes on. Our highs are going to rise up into the low 80s. Nighttime lows are going to be in the 40s. And then we'll rise up quickly to lows in the 60s by Wednesday night. Then by Wednesday day and on into Thursday, we're going to be expecting an increased chance of showers and thunderstorms. The winds are going to pick up out of the southwest with gusts up to around 25 as we go through the day on Wednesday and Thursday. Again, potential is there for severe weather. We're watching it. Won't say for sure if it's going to happen, but the good thing is we are probably going to get some rain on Thursday and then cool back down on Friday and for the weekend as those clear on out.
And it is certainly a nice evening out there to do some stargazing. It's going to be a little chilly, so put you on a sweater or something, but just get out there and enjoy it because there's not going to be too many more days like this. I guarantee you it's soon going to be very cold, and we're going to get some yeah, you know. We'll see, but a lot of things in the works. I'm telling you right now, we're fixed to go into a pattern change, and this weather's going to change, and you're going to notice it. And like I said, let's just hope we get the rain that we need on Halloween, and that will be the start of our unsettled weather for a while. So anyway, it's been good visiting with you all. We've been on for about an hour now, which is much longer than what we normally try to stay on. But thank you so much for being here. Mark, you got any final words to say?
Everyone enjoy the week and what's coming up, and hopefully it'll be a nice Halloween for you, even if we get some rain and storms, because we definitely need the rain. Otherwise, be safe, and I'll see you later.
Tammy Tatum said, if I don't say it now, y'all cut me off. Anyway, have a good evening, everyone. We'll see you on Wednesday, if not sooner.
Bye.